Hey everyone, I'm really excited to come on to you today just to talk to you about a interesting concept slash approach that I've been using, that I've had the privilege of learning and implementing through Harvard University's Executive Education Implementing Public Policy program. So I'm going to be teaching on a very interesting concept that I believe is really going to be a game changer for social workers. I think that this is something that's missing in macro social work, and I'll tell you why. So stay with me. I'll break this video up into three parts. But here I'll be using this book here, which is Building State Capability, and Professor Matt Andrews is one of the authors of this book. So I love this book. I do recommend that you get it. I'll put the name of the book in the link below so that you can access it. But I think this is a really important tool and technique for social workers. So I'm going to first introduce the approach. So the approach that I actually want to talk about is called PDIA, and that stands for Problem-Driven Iteration Approach. Now, what I love about this is that it helps us social workers, policy officials to solve problems, right? Most of the time when we're thinking about solving problems, we tend to try to solve problems through a very narrow lens, or we try to use the same solutions. We try to do what's always been done, and that does not work. So what this approach does is it actually breaks down complex problems. So that may be problems that exist like structural racism, like inequities in healthcare system, like the mental health crisis that's going on throughout the US. This approach actually allows us as social workers and policy professionals to actually look at problems in a different way and to really create solutions for these problems that may not yet exist. So the first thing to really think about is that there are really two types of problems that this approach assumes. The first is logical. A logical problem may be like a simple problem such as there are not enough teachers in a Department of Education. That may be more of a simple problem. Why? Because it requires more of a simple approach that may require us looking at a way to recruit more teachers or trying to understand deeper why there's a teacher shortage in the DOE. Whereas a complex problem, it requires very different set of strategies and solutions. A complex problem may be something like structural racism existing in the Department of Education. That problem is complex because we don't have the solution for it right now. And although we may have a whole bunch of theories as to what we believe needs to be done to solve it, we really don't know how to solve it, which is why that problem has not yet been solved. So with complex problems, this approach actually assumes that we don't have the answers, we don't have a map, we don't have a blueprint. So how do we solve a problem when we don't have a blueprint for it? We don't have a map. There is an amazing strategy called PDIA that teaches you to do just that. So in my second video, I'm going to talk a little deeper about that. Stay tuned.